I wonder if you ever looked at your romantic choices and whispered to yourself, why this person? Why this age? Why this dynamic? Welcome to Hollywood Healing, the podcast inspired by Gemini Near Me App, created to help you care about yourself better every single day, understand your inner world, and step into the highest, the most authentic version of self. Today we are talking about love with an age gap and why the universe designs relationships the way it does. Nowadays we see more couples with significant age differences, and I'm not an exception. I have dated people of my age approximately, but I was married twice to gentlemen 20 years older than me and now 25 years older. Why? Let's go a little deeper in that question. Astrologically speaking, I have Mercury and Saturn in my partnership field. That means my love path will always be pulled toward one of two extremes, a much younger person or significantly older one with a strong character. And in my case, destiny chose older. After my first marriage, I said never, ever again. And here I am in my second marriage with an even bigger age difference. But this time, thanks God, it's a huge difference for the quality. This time I attracted a kind, emotionally intelligent man who supports my calling instead of standing in its way. He understands that my purpose wakes me up in the morning. That's my reason to be here on the earth. And he doesn't try to dim it, he fuels it. That is love aligned with the destiny, because I do believe when a person loves you, he would never stand behind you and your gift talent to be realized on this planet, because that's what we call our mission. That's how we have to serve the universe. People call this age difference that I have, for example, daddy's issues, when a younger woman marries an older man. But I never search for a father in my partner. This is interesting. I didn't need it because my father was so exceptional, so caring, so loving. And I grew in a warm, emotionally safe home with two parents who loved each other. I had everything unlimited joy, freedom, love to love, educational, financial opportunities. So I never needed anything extra that I was trying to get in my partnership. Yet, still, I choose older partners. Why? Maybe because I feel safe next to a stable, responsible man. Maybe because true masculinity, opening doors, taking responsibility, emotional presence is so rare nowadays. And maybe I'm simply attracted to confidence, clarity, decisiveness, and charisma. And How I Met Husband, this story deserves its own episode. So I'm not going to talk about details today. And maybe next. Yes, probably would be the next podcast about it. And what about older men choosing younger women? Do they call it daughters' issues or not? Or are they simply in love with youth, freshness, innocence, and light energy? When a woman is younger, there is less fear, fewer scars on your heart, more freedom, more life in your eyes, of course. And sometimes men crave that, especially after carrying the weight of life. So they're tired of life themselves, so they want somebody, significant other, who will enlighten them and be easy, just super easy every single day. There is psychology, energy here, mix of everything. There is an instinct. And sometimes there is also past life karma and soul's contracts, because not everything can be explained logically, and love rarely tries to be logical anyway. Our star example today is my favorite Pablo Picasso. And you know why? Not just because of his art and special drawings and his unbelievable significant moods that influenced waves and colors of his artistic personality and created ages in his art history, but also, yes, his genius, his storm, his fire, but he was fire as a man, not only as an artist. Picasso loved younger women instantly, obsessively, magnetically. And today I will hear tons of romances, and it would be an endless podcast if we start to name every of them. But I remember very well, and I would speak about Marie-Thérèse Voltaire. She was 17 when she met him. Actually, my grandmother was 17 when she met grandfather too, but it was 5 years old difference. Here with Picasso, she had 28 years difference, and she's 17 and he's 45. And his secret lover she was, and mother of his daughter Maya. So the result of this love is not just a romance or the art itself, but also the daughter, Françoise Guillot. She was 21 when she met him and he was 61. So can you imagine, at this stage of your life, you didn't even finish university. I don't know if she attended, but 40 years apart with your partner. And she was an artist, she was a writer, and she was the only woman who left him. This is incredible. And Jacqueline Rock, I think she was the final love of Maestro. She was 27 and he was 72. I stopped calculating how many years apart, just if you look into the two numbers, they mirror each other. So that's his second official wife, and yes, his official last muse, I would say. He met Marie-Thérèse outside a store, walked up to her and said, "You have an interesting face, and I'm Picasso." They adored him, feared him, worshipped him. He was like God to them. He loved their youth, softness, surrender. They've had his ego and his genius and made him immortal. This is not a simple love pattern. It is power, creativity, youth, admiration, karmic magnetism. They all dancing together. They are all blended up. But heck, here are some possible reasons age gap relationship happen. Why? Beyond souls meeting before. Maybe safety or stability, need for emotional structure, admiration and mentorship, healing a childhood emotional blueprint, or maybe attraction to confidence and certainty, desire to feel younger, more alive for an older partner, of course, and power, surrender dynamic, magnetic masculine energy versus feminine, curiosity about the life and older guy who is taking care of you and providing and opening doors and giving you a sample how to be an adult, because when we are kids we want to be adults, when we are adults we want to be younger. Yes, it is the truth of life. So when it's healthy, it is beautiful, definitely, especially when couple match, because sometimes you look at people and you can't even picture them together, and sometimes you look at the couple, you understand they have age difference, but it looks like they're two puzzles of the same picture. They match energetically, physically, I don't know, through their appearances, sexuality, through everything. So the key question, am I choosing from love or from longing? Because that's very important. You're choosing this partner because you don't know how to live and he's fixing your life, or you're choosing this partner because he is the sense of your happiness and you can't imagine your life without him or her. Age doesn't define love, conscious does. Your soul has its own age, and when we meet, you never know. It could be a very old soul in a very young body. So your soul chooses people from healing and for healing purposes, awakening, evolution, and destiny. In your heart, and if your heart choose differently that the world expects, maybe the universe simply knows more than they do, because if we will fulfill the expectations of our parents about choosing significant other, not to disappoint your grandmother and grandfather, or person should be from my street, from my city, from my religion, from my university, it's way too complicated. Universe knows what it's doing. So learn to love yourself and trust the process. It's me, Iryna Wood, founder of Gemini Near Me App, with a 24/7 pocket counselor, always there for you.